Hey everyone, welcome to Dogma's Week 2 recap video. This week we focused on prototyping and testing as many mechanisms from our need-want-wish list as we possibly could in order to figure out what works best and what we could eventually put on our robot.
For our weighted decision matrix, we do this after week 2 every year after we've prototyped all of the mechanisms that we are interested in adding to our robot. And then we choose a small group of students, some experienced, some new members, to make sure everyone's voice is involved. And we vote on how well performing each mechanism is in different aspects that we value. And then we weight each aspect according to the importance of what our goals are. And then based off whichever gets the highest score, that's what we decide to put on our robot.
Hey yo, what up Dogma fam? We back here with another banger interview with your scouting and strategy officer Simon. So Simon, would you like to talk about what you've been doing for the first 2 weeks of this build season competition? Yes, I would, other Simon. So what we've been doing mostly is we've been preparing and getting our scouting app and getting up the mock of what we think they'll look like. We've been getting we got our Excel up to mock what that might look like and help us prepare for when you transport it onto Firebase. So we've just been preparing so that everything we have is in a functional state, and then we're gonna start making it nicer and have a usable UI, which is gonna be great. We love UI here at Scouting.
This week we started thinking about our drivetrain for the robot, and on Thursday we had a discussion about what size and what dimensions we would be using for a drivetrain, and we ultimately decided to go with 27 by 27 inches because having a square drivetrain would maximize the amount of storage space available for the fuel. We also began cutting the 2x1s for our drivetrains, preparing SPERF modules, painting everything, and I think today we're going to hopefully finish assembling it so control systems can begin their work on it.
So we've changed our over-the-bumper prototype quite a bit over the past week. So we've tried out different layouts of axles and different wheel types. We found these green and white squishy wheels work the best. And then we also have a roller going underneath a bit closer to the bumper, so a fuel can kind of fit through it and it'll kind of get launched up a little bit into the robot. It's been hard to get proper calibrations to say for drilling and spinning. So we've just been going through testing different ratios. Right now I'm trying to create a belt that can be able to spin them both at the same time, and we test different ratios and speeds to see which one's the best, and we really hope that this will work out well.
So I've been working on the double barrel launcher. At first, when we tested it, we saw that the launch angle, or just like how far it went, was really short, which was mostly because we were using a drill to test it. So then we changed it so that we could actually have a motor on it and use a drill tester and actually use a motor, which would give it a lot more speed, which also increased the height. And so now for our next test, we're going to actually test it on our field object, which we created, where, yeah.
I've been working on a prototype for a Spindexer, which is going to be our fuel transport system that's going to bring the fuel from the intake into our shooter. So it would come in through one of the sides of the hopper, and it would get spun through and come out through a small hole that would lead to the shooter. So far, we've only made it out of cardboard, and it's proved to be pretty flimsy, but the proof of concept is definitely there, and we've taken some measures to reinforce the cardboard, and it's worked pretty well so far.
Control Systems has been working on sensor testing, specifically a beam brake, which we're going to use to detect how many fuel enter and or leave the robot. And we've also been working on switching from smart dashboard to elastic.
So currently our intake can take 1 bowl, but we're currently extending it so it can take at least 2 bowls at a time. Afterwards, we're going to be thinking about better ways to funnel the bowls into the intake, along with ways to extend the intake out of the robot once the match starts.